Hello everyone and welcome back to my little English page. This is Maureen, your English teacher. How are you doing today? Today, as you guys know, we are doing everything about listening. So we'll start with a few listening tips and then we'll move on to a test. Now, your goal today, guys, is to try to get 100% correct. Can you do it? I don't know, because I've chosen quite a few difficult ones, but we'll see. Hello, Sheriff. Yes. Oh, yes. I see that you watched yesterday's video, so that is fantastic. All right. How are you doing, Sheriff? Have you done your interview yet? The one about, it was related to tourism, I believe, yeah? Hello, Nina. Nice to see you. How are you guys doing today? This is always way too hot. Not yet. Okay, when is it? When is the interview? Because it's been a few weeks already now, right? How are you feeling about your preparation? Are you starting to feel comfortable? How are you doing? Hello, Jayesh. Nice to see you. Hello, everyone. All right, so awesome. I see we already have quite a few students to start with. That's fantastic. Really exciting. Yay. So like I said today, guys, we are going to start with a few listening tips, and then we'll move on to the test. So I don't think today's lesson is going to be 1 hour, but the second part should be a little bit intense. Before we start, guys, I do want you to go get a pen and a paper, because we're not going to have a look at all of the answers at once. Well, we will have a look at all of the answers at once at the end, because I want to give you guys time to think of the answers and not write them in the comment section, because everybody else can see. And those of you that are a little bit slower might not get a chance to answer. So while we're at it, guys, take your second and go get a pen and a paper. All right, and while you do that, I'm going to have a look at the comment section. All right, Sherry, so in about a week, okay, well, good luck. Good luck, cross fingers, break a leg. That expression, this expression, break a leg, is a little bit more for theater usually, but we'll make it work here. Yes, Barry is a wonderful teacher. All right, yes, it was a video about being proactive and being curious, but today the focus was, well, yesterday, the focus was on being proactive and what it means to be proactive. So if you guys are curious about what being proactive means and what it could do to improve your language learning journey, make sure to check Say Oh Yes. Let me write it in the comment section in case you don't know yet. Say Oh Yes. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course on YouTube, but also the website at www.sayohyes.com. All right. So, all right. Do you have your pen and paper, Sheriff? So, Jayesh, you're talking about clauses. Is that something that you'd like to learn in the future? We could have a look at different types of clauses. Absolutely. Definitely. All right, guys. So we are going to start with our tips. Let me pull out my notes. Okay, hopla. So earlier, guys, I mentioned Say Oh Yes. Why am I mentioning that again now? For listening. A few weeks ago, we published a video on audio books. Audio books. I've mentioned audiobooks before during one of my, maybe 3 weeks ago, during one of my lives about pronunciation. We had a look at how audiobooks can help you improve your pronunciation, but it can also, of course, help you improve your listening skills. So on YouTube at Say Oh Yes, we have created a playlist with, I think, 15 free audiobooks. Those are very useful as well because on YouTube, you have the subtitles. So if you find it really, really difficult to just listen, you can put the subtitles and start reading and following along. Now, I do recommend that you start without subtitles. So first you listen. You could even take notes and then you listen again with the subtitles. That way you can check what you have understood or not, and you can even compare with your own notes. That works absolutely fine. In the playlist that we have created at Say Oh Yes, there are some audiobooks that are no longer. They're about an hour and a half long. So you could start with those ones. It might be a little bit more accessible. Now, excuse me, there are some audiobooks that are much longer. So there's audiobooks for everybody. And again, guys, those are completely free. And audiobooks are such a good way to practice listening every day. You are on your phone every day, guys. For example, on the bus, on the metro, when you are in line at the supermarket, when you're waiting at the doctor's. Instead of just going on Instagram, grab a set of headphones and listen to an audiobook. Okay? It's such an easy, simple way to improve your listening, to work on your listening, and to do it with something that you enjoy. You don't have to choose one of the audiobooks that we suggested at Say Oh Yes. You can, you probably know about Audibles. Let me write it down. It's a place where you can download audiobooks, and there's a lot of them. So have a look, guys, because audiobooks really are helpful. Okay. So, Jayesh, I have done a live very recently on pronunciation. Have a look. It should be in the live playlist, and you can rewatch that. Otherwise, I have quite a few more videos. For example, the phone number pronunciation activity. This is a really fun activity. It's a video on my channel. Go have a look, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that one. Okay. So Sheriff, you're listening to one. Awesome, that's so good. Guys, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Welcome, this is your first live. This is exciting. I am so happy to have you here. Awesome. Jayesh, I don't particularly focus on received pronunciation, but there are many online teachers that do. Just have a look, even on YouTube, type received pronunciation, and you will find loads of videos to help you out with that. Okay? Wonderful. All right. So, all right, good. Okay, guys, so let's move on to my next tip. My next tip is nothing really new, and this is going to go a little bit with the idea of the audiobooks matched with subtitles. Now, I'm going to talk about TV shows. And TV shows, but not movies. So, of course, movies are really good to work on your listening skills because obviously you're listening to what is happening. But why do I recommend TV shows more than movies? I want you to think about that for a second. Why TV shows and not movies? So go ahead and let me know in the comment section why you think TV shows might be better to work on your listening than movies. Think about it. I'll drink tea while you think. Sheriff, received pronunciation is the type of English that you tend to hear, for example, on the BBC. It's that's what you used to hear on TV in the UK all the time before, at least in England. So it's a fairly standard accent. But it's not necessarily the most natural way people speak. But that is received pronunciation. Okay. So, Sheriff, you're saying TV shows have real conversations. Movies do too. But why TV shows? Movies are stories and scripts. Okay, but I guess it's the same with TV shows as well. So I think TV shows are slightly better to work on your listening because it is all focused on one world. Let me expand. When you watch a TV show, so you watch several episodes, because it all happens in the same universe, it's always similar topics, you are not only going to improve your listening, but also your vocabulary, because the characters are going to reuse some of the same vocabulary. So you're going to listen to that vocabulary a lot more often, and therefore you will also memorize it better. So that's why I think TV shows are better for that, because they give you even more than just a movie. You watch the movie, after an hour and a half or 2 hours, you're done. So if you want to work on the vocabulary covered in that, you have to watch it again. But if you're watching a TV show, again, it's the same universe, it's the same similar topics usually that are covered. There are some slight variations, but usually the type of vocabulary used is fairly similar, or it's even reused. So that's why I think this is really good. Now, I've made a small list of TV shows that I would recommend. Let's start with American English. So one of my favorite ones is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Let me write it. Brooklyn Nine. Ooh, how am I spelling that? Ooh. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So this one is, again, this is more focused on American pronunciation. This TV show is composed of 20-minute episodes. There's quite a few seasons as well, and it's really fun and really funny as well. So you should have a good time watching this show. My next one is Stranger Things. Just because the story is cool, everybody likes it. It's available on Netflix, so it's fairly easy to access. And I just thought the story was quite cool. So it's also important, guys, that you find a TV show that you like, that you're interested in, because you will want to watch it. If you don't like it, that's going to be a little bit more challenging. Okay, now let's see the next one. New Girl. New Girl. I like this one. It's fun. Again, it's short episodes, and it's just a really fun show. I really like it, so I really recommend that one as well. Hello, Ashuj. Nice to see you here. Okay, next one. So for the next few, I have chosen TV shows that are extremely focused on a specific field. For example, the medical field. I quite like watching Grey's Anatomy. Why is it good to choose a TV show that focuses on a very specific field? Because you will become quite an expert in that particular field, in that type of topics. So Grey's Anatomy is about medical things, you know, the medical world, but you could even look, for example, at things like Criminal Minds, where here the vocabulary is focused on crime. So there's loads and loads of shows that are focused on very specific topics. If you need to, for example, you need to improve your business English. Well, a show that could be interesting, for example, is, I don't know, The Good Wife. It's a little bit more political, but you will hear business vocabulary, like businesses, invoices. You will hear business vocab. So look for TV shows that focus on what you want to improve as well. Okay, guys? The Doctor, it's a great TV show. I think, I don't know The Doctor. I know The Good Doctor, but that's a good show as well. So Shara, if you like Zoe Deschanel, yeah, she's in 500 Days of Summer, exactly. Very good. All right, so you prefer talk shows. Why not? I just like the fact that it's, a series. A talk show is kind of like a series because you have several episodes. So that works very well as well. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now I have a few British TV shows. I find it more difficult to find TV shows from the UK. Also, what you'll notice, guys, is that UK TV shows are usually much shorter. The seasons are usually max 10, 12 episodes. So you will go through a British TV show a lot quicker than an American TV show. And American TV shows have many, many more seasons than British shows most of the time. Okay, so first one, very famous, but definitely for more advanced students, because it is going to be very challenging to understand what they say because of their accent. Peaky oh, I'm writing in the wrong. Peaky Blinders. Very good, but quite challenging, that one. Let's move on to the next one. This is another one that I really liked. I watched it. Sorry, wrong word. I pressed enter. Broadchurch. Okay, this was quite cool. It is set in a beach town in the UK, and if I remember correctly, there is a crime that has happened, and they're trying to figure out what has happened. It was quite good. I enjoyed it, and again, British accent, so it's quite good if you want to work on that. Another one is going to sound very silly, but things like, and actually that goes with what you said. Where were you? Guy. You said you like talk shows. It's not exactly a talk show, but things like X Factor. Why not? They speak in British English, and you will hear different accents. You don't have to focus on an actual TV show. This works perfectly as well. Okay, so let's see. So Jayesh, watch one of my previous lives on, I think it was on speaking, how to improve your speaking. I spoke a little bit about how to find a speaking partner, okay? Today we're focusing on listening, so have a look at that live if you want a bit more info about that, okay? All right. You love the X Factor as well, yes. It's quite fun, isn't it? It's good fun. I like it too. I agree. Seal of approval. Okay. And another one. That one is probably going to be a bit more for the guys. I don't like it, but my boyfriend, who is English, really likes it. It's Top Gear. It's all about cars. But it's quite fun because they have little fun challenges in between car presentations. They test and compare cars. So I can understand why people quite like it. So definitely have a look at Top Gear. All right, guys. So that's it for today's tips. Now we're going to move on to the test, the listening test. I have, I think, 5 different tasks. But remember, guys, you need a pen and a paper. We're going to go through everything and then we'll correct. Again, I'm doing this because I want everybody to have time to answer. So please do not write the answers in the comment section. Do not. Write it on a pen and a paper to give everybody the opportunity to answer. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're okay. All right. Yes, English with Lucy is a great channel. I absolutely agree with you guys. Do you know that I used to work with Lucy from English with Lucy here in Seville? I actually trained her as a teacher. She's an absolutely great person and a wonderful teacher. So 100% check her channel. Definitely. I agree. Okay, guys. So do you all have your pen and paper? Good. We're going to start with something a little bit easier. We're going to focus with numbers. I'll focus on numbers first. So I am going to read you a phone number. It's not a real phone number. Don't try to call it. But I'm going to read it quite fast. I want you to imagine that you are on the phone with somebody and they are giving you that number. And most of the time when people do that, they say it very quickly. So that's what I'm going to do as well, guys. Okay? So, ready? Ready for the first one? I will read the phone number twice. Okay. Ready? 954-329-168. One more time. 954-329-168. Okay, good. Remember, do not write it in the comment section, okay? Let's do a second phone number. 622-709-310. Yes, you can say oh, and it's actually quite common in phone numbers. Let me repeat it one more time. 622-709-310. Good. Do you have both of those down? Don't write them down, guys. Don't write the numbers. Don't write the answers. Write it on a pen and paper. Okay, because we want everybody to have the opportunity to answer. Please, Jayesh, do not write the answers. Don't write them in the comment section. Take a pen and a paper and manually write it, because everybody can see the answer, okay? And we want everybody to have a chance. Awesome, should I say Fatty or Fathy? I'm not sure how to say it, but good if you have it. All right. Now we're going to move on to an email address. So I have 3 different email addresses. 2 are email addresses and 1 is a website. Again, those are completely made up. Made up, invented, okay? So don't try and check those websites. I don't think they exist. All right. So let's move on to those websites. Are you ready, guys? So GOJOGACTK@gmail.com. I will repeat it more than twice because this is a bit more challenging. One more time. GOJOGACTK@gmail.com. Good. Let's do it the third time. GOJOGACTK@gmail.com. Good. That's okay, Jayesh. Don't worry. It's okay. Did you struggle here, Sheriff? It's quite difficult, isn't it? All right, let me repeat it one more time. GOJOGACTK@gmail.com. What did I say there? Okay, good. Wonderful. Again, this is challenging, guys. And remember, I am pretending this is like on a phone situation where people tend to speak quite fast. Okay? Yes, it's very challenging. Let's do another one. Okay. jc-info.gc@yahoo.com. Woo-hoo! This one is challenging because we have some symbols going on in there, some symbols. Let's do it one more time. jc-info.gc@yahoo.com. So if you don't know how to spell Yahoo, let me spell it for you. It's YAHOO. Okay? YAHOO. So let's repeat the whole address one more time. jc-info.gc@yahoo.com. Very good, guys. This is very challenging indeed. Let's do, should we do one more? No, we'll come back if we need more. Okay, so we're moving on to a different task now. I am going to read sentences at a natural speaking pace, natural pace. You have to write down what you hear. You have to try and write down the whole sentence. Okay, guys? Do you understand what we're doing here? Jayesh, what do you want me to repeat here? What is it that you want me to repeat? Is it the last email address or the rule for the new task? Which one was it? Let me know. Okay, so should I just repeat it one more time, the address? Okay. jc-info.gc@yahoo.com. Okay, one last time. jc-info.gc@yahoo.com. Good. All right. So let's move on to the next task. Like I said, I am going to read a full sentence. Your job is to write it down exactly the way I said it. So that means, guys, you need to recreate contractions. If I say it's, don't write it is. I said it's. Okay? All right, so let's go with the first one. Ready? A big black bear sat on a big black rug. This one's a tongue twister as well, so it's a bit challenging. One more time. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. One more time. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. Woo! Not the most difficult one, but still a bit difficult, I agree. Okay, one last time, and then we move on to the next one. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. Okay, next one. Here is where you need to be careful with those contractions, guys, okay? I'd love to hear your opinion on this matter, if you don't mind. I'd love to hear your opinion on this matter, if you don't mind. I'd love to hear your opinion on this matter, if you don't mind. Okay, I'll give you a second to write that down. Good. Do you need me to repeat this one more time? Okay, I'll just repeat it one more time. I'd love to hear your opinion on this matter, if you don't mind. Okay, good. Next one. Another challenging one here, guys. Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? There's several contractions here, guys. It's a bit of a tricky one. Let me say it one more time. Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Good. Okay. One more time? Okay. Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Good. All right. Okay, guys. Good job. One last time. Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Good. And let's do one more, the last one. Who's your friend? I don't think we've met before. Who's your friend? I don't think we've met before. Who's your friend? I don't think we've met before. Let me try and slow it down a little bit on this one, just to show you more how my mouth moves as well. Who's your friend? I don't think we've met before. One more time. Who's your friend? I don't think we've met before. Good. Okay. Whew, it's intense, isn't it? All right, guys, so we're going to move on to the next task. This one can be a little bit challenging because it mixes listening and vocabulary. So I'm going to read a sentence, but the last word or the last few words have been removed. So you need to listen, understand the context of what is happening, and find the best way to finish the sentence. There's usually only one way to answer correctly, but some sentences might have another option, okay? So, do you understand what we're doing on this one, guys? I read a sentence without the last few words. From listening to the context, you have to say what is the missing word to finish the sentence, okay? Wonderful. Good. Okay, are you ready? So the first one is actually a sentence that I have used in another listening exercise. I think it was actually a C1 listening exercise. So if you manage this one, guys, good job. Ready? Gosh, I was so hungry, I made pizza, and in less than 5 minutes, I gobbled it. So here, guys, it's a mix of understanding what is happening and knowing the right words. So it is difficult. One more time. Gosh, I was so hungry, I made some pizza, and in less than 5 minutes, I gobbled it. Okay, so I'll give you a second to think. All right, second. I'm quite fond of running. It's a great way to clear your... I'm quite fond of running. It's a great way to clear your... Okay, I'll give you a bit of time. So Jayesh, this exercise is more difficult, yes. But this one, I'm only repeating it twice. So you have to be really, really quick for this one, okay? All right, guys, we're moving on to number 3. Remember, you only need to write the last word, the missing word. So number 3, I'd like to deposit some money into my... I'd like to deposit some money into my... Good. Yeah, I said this was C1. This is advanced. Okay, they're not all C1, but the first few were a bit more challenging. Okay. Number 4. She's all... Forget that. That was wrong. She always says please and thank you. She is very... She always says please and thank you. She is very... So what's the missing word after very? Okay, next one. The next one is an expression that I use very regularly, especially when I announce lives. So you should definitely know number 5. Be there or be there or be... I told you, that's an expression. It's a fairly common one though, guys. It is quite common. Okay, next one. You have a sore throat and a runny nose. I think you might have picked up a... You have a sore throat and a runny nose. I think you have picked up a... So as you can hear, in this case, I am using the verb pick up. If you don't know how to use this verb, last Tuesday I released the 7th episode of the Phrasal Verb series, and it was about pick up. And we had a look at 7 meanings of that verb, including the one in this sentence. Okay? I know, guys, they're really hard. I told you they were really hard. I know. Okay, next one should be a little bit easier. If you see a black cat, run. They are a sign of bad. If you see a black cat, run. They are a sign of bad. Bad what? When you see a black cat, it is bad. Exactly, Sheriff. Pick up is part of the series in which Sophie is one of my co-hosts. Exactly, very good. Okay, should we do? Let's do one last one, and then we can correct everything. This one again, guys, is a difficult one. Okay. It is also an expression, so it is difficult. Don't feel bad if you don't get this one. It's challenging. We will never find that letter in the middle of all these papers. Let me repeat that. We will never find that letter in the middle of all these papers. It's like looking for a needle. So here we are actually looking for 3 words, okay? We will never find that letter in the middle of these papers. It's like looking for a needle. So that one is difficult again, guys. I told you. Okay, I'll do it one more. We will never find that letter in the middle of all these papers. It's like looking for a needle. All right. Okay, guys. So let's have a look at all of the answers now. Okay. So the first phone number was, let me write it in the comment section. This one, 954-329-168. Okay, very good. Remember, those are not real phone numbers. Don't call that because you might actually call someone, so don't do it. Okay. The next one was... It was... Good job, Jayesh. You got this one right. Good. Next one, it was 622-709-310. So as you can see, it's not common to say 0 when you read a phone number. It's more common to say O. Okay, good. Then the first email address. Those were super tricky, I know. Oh, you got this one wrong, Jayesh. Well, that's okay. You got one of the 2 right. That's good. So what was the first email address that I gave you guys? Can you try and comment it? What did you write down? Moment of truth. Exactly, Sheriff. The moment of truth. Okay, guys. So show me what email address you wrote down. Very good, Fatty. You got it. Well done. Okay, so let me write it down as well. You wrote it correctly, though, but I'll still write it down. So we have it here. So it was Gojak. I just wanted to play with the G and the J letters because they are easily confused. I myself confuse them all the time because they are the opposite in French. We pronounce them completely the opposite way, so it's a bit tricky. So let's see. Gojogada-bada. Very good. And okay, you all got that email address. Sorry, I just hid it for you guys. I didn't do it on purpose, but you got it right. Very good, guys. Good job. So what was the second email address? So in that one, in the second one, we had two symbols. Well, one really, because we had the dot, but we also had the dash. So usually the dash, now I was going to say it's a specific number key, but it's not. Don't worry. So what was the second email address, guys? What did you write down? Ooh, everybody's struggling a bit more. Okay, so Jayesh, you didn't get the second, but again, you got the first one, so that's good. That's good. So what about you guys, the other ones? What did you write down? Fatih, very good. Very good. Perfect, exactly. It was this. Ooh, Sheriff, you forgot a dot. After info, you forgot the dot. But close enough, close enough. That was fairly good, pretty good. Okay, guys, so now we're going to move on to the full sentences that you had to listen to and write down. So what was the first sentence that I said? I'm going to give you the first two words just to remind you. It started with a big what? So comment that down below to see if you had it right or not. Hopla. Sheriff, good job. Okay, it was a typo, so you did get it right. Good job. So far, 4 out of 4. Congratulations. Okay, guys, so what was the first full sentences that started with a big? A big. A big black bear sat on a big black... Ooh, you said buck at the end. It's not buck. Haha. But you were very close, Jayesh. Very, very close. The only problem is the last few words, but not bad at all. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. Good. Again, Sheriff, you have a little typo here. A and big are separated. But good job, good job, good job. All right, good. A rug, guys. I have a rug right here. Let me show you. Can you see my rug if I pull? Well, you can't see my rug if I pull it up. It's a fluffy thing that you have on the floor usually when it's quite cold on the floor. I have, in Spain, it's common to have marble floor. So it's a very, very cold material. So in winter, we put rugs on the floor and it's a bit warmer. Okay. Black bug. No, it wasn't that one, but it was fairly close. It was close. Good. Okay, so what was the next sentence, guys? The second one was a little bit longer and we had a contraction involved. Ooh, guys, you said a big black rock. It sounds very similar as well. That's true. Rock, rug. They're very similar sounds. I agree. Jayesh, so, excuse me, we are on the last activity. We are correcting the last exercise. Was it the last exercise? No, it wasn't the last exercise. Before the last exercise, I read full sentences and you had to write down the sentences, okay? All right, guys, so what was the second sentence? It started with I'd love. So what was it? I'd love to have your opinion on that matter if you don't mind. I think you're good, Sheriff. Ooh, no, you have one word that is wrong. Good, Fatih. It was on this matter, not that matter. This matter. All right. Jayesh, I live in Seville, but let's try to focus on this because otherwise it's going to be a little bit confusing. If you have more questions like that, why don't you check on social media? You can send me messages there, okay? A big black bird. It was a bear. Sat in a big black rock. Hey, that would have been a good sentence, to be honest. That would have been a good sentence. Very good. Okay, guys, number 3, and it started by hood. Hood. What was number 3? Number 3. Write it down. Ooh, I'm running out of tea. Almost time for the end then. I'm running out, guys. Of course you wrote this and typed that, Sheriff. Okay, I believe you. All right, guys, so what was our next sentence? Number 3. Ooh, okay. Fatty, you're not so wrong, but not quite right, though. Here we had some contractions, okay? So let me give it to you. Ooh, Sheriff, you've got the first part very good. Hood, but it's who'd have thought they'd fall in love. See how there's 2 contractions? So the first one sounds like hood. It's not exactly hood, but hood. Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Who'd have thought they'd fall in love? Okay? Very good. All right, so yeah, this one was very challenging. And then I think we did one more in this category, and that started with whose. Whose. So what was the next one? The one that started with whose. Very tricky, Fatty, I agree. Absolutely. All right, guys, so the last one in this one, what was it? The last sentence that started with whose. Whose. Yeah, I think everybody had a bit of a tricky thing going on with that one. It was a difficult one. But I warned you at the beginning of the lesson. I said it was going to be challenging, okay? But it's good. If you only do things that are easy or things where you always get 100%, it means you're not challenging yourself. And if you don't challenge yourself, you're not going to improve. You're going to stay at the same level, stagnate, okay? So really, your goal, guys, is to get around 60%. That means it was challenging enough, but not too challenging. So that's usually a good percentage to look for, okay? Who's your friend? I don't think we've met before. I think that's correct. Who's your friend? Yeah, okay, good. Good. But be careful. Sorry, I need to put a space. I forgot. Okay, good. Yeah, whose? It sounded like I said whose for possession, like whose book is that? It sounds the same, but here it was actually who with the contraction of is. So you don't really write that, but you say it. Okay, good. So yeah, I said who's your friend? I don't think with here's the contraction of we have met before. Okay. All right, so now we are moving on to the last activity, which was you had to find the missing word at the end of the sentence. So I'm going to read the sentence one more time, and this time you can write down the missing word. Are you ready? Yeah, Maureen, we're ready. Let's go. So by the way, guys, this is actually going to be an hour long. That took a little bit longer than I thought. Okay, so gosh, I was so hungry. I made some pizza and in less than 5 minutes, I gobbled it. Hugo, yes, good job. That was good. Exactly. Look at you. You arrive in 2 seconds and you just get it right. Well done. To gobble down. Okay, when you eat something very quickly. Very good. Well done. Okay, so what was the next one? The next one was, I'm quite fond of running. It's a great way to clear your... What was the answer for that one? Huh? Again, Hugo. Hugo, you are fire. Very good. Exactly, to clear your mind. Clear your mind. Very good. Good job, guys. Okay. The next one was, I'd like to deposit some money into my, I'd like to deposit some money into my what? It's at the bank. What do you have at the bank? Again, Hugo, you are doing so good right now. It was account indeed. So you don't deposit. Here the clue was the word deposit. You deposit money or you withdraw money. Okay, so that was the clue. You put the money in your account. You deposit money into your account. Okay? Yeah, bank account is correct, Sheriff. If you said bank account, it works fine. Good. Then we had, she always says please and thank you. She is very... You got lost here, guys? This was very hard, I agree. So very good, Hugo. The next one was polite. She always says thank you and please, or please and thank you. She is very polite. Good. Have you done this kind of exercise before, Hugo? Because I know there's quite a few exams that have this task. So you look like an expert. Have you practiced that before? Okay, good, Sheriff. 8 points. You're doing very good. French connection. Is that an exam? Well, there's... What is French connection? Tell me. Okay, guys, next one. Ooh, some of you said behaved. She's very behaved. You wouldn't say she's very behaved, but you could say she is well behaved. Well behaved. Very behaved just sounds wrong. Nobody would say that. But she is well behaved. Oops, sorry, I'm not writing. She is well behaved. That could work, okay? You said health. Not this one. Okay, guys. So next one, I think we only have a few more left. Next one is one that I always use to announce lives. I said, be there or be what? Be there or be what? Be there or be... Yes, Hugo, be square. Indeed. This is an expression to just say, be there. Okay? It doesn't have any special meaning, special translation. It just means be there. Oh, wow, Danny, you're a bit intense. Be dead? No, that's not the expression. All right, good. Well done, guys. So next one. Ooh, only 3 more to go. The next one we had, you have a sore throat and a runny nose. I think you have picked up a... What have you picked up? Good, Sheriff. The next one was a cold. And good, you said catch a cold. Remember, I use picked up a cold because this is the verb that we covered this week on Tuesday with the phrasal verb series. We had a look at 7 meanings of the verb pick up. So guys, if you have not watched it yet, go do it after the live, okay? Okay, very good. Okay, so if you have... Forget that. If you see a black cat, run. They are a sign of bad what? What kind of sign is that when you see a black cat? Or when you walk under a ladder, for example, that is also bad. Bad what? It's related to superstition. Very good. You're rocking the emojis as well. Good job. Exactly. Bad luck. When you see a cat, it's a sign of bad luck. Very good. And the last one, which was probably the most difficult one. So don't worry, again, it is an expression. It was. We will never find that letter in the middle of all these papers. It's like looking for a needle in what? Oh, I gave you the in. Apparently, Sheriff, that's just a superstition. I don't know if it really is bad luck. Ooh, Hugo, you are very close, but it's not going to be just hay. You need another little, an extension of the word. Yes, Danny, a haystack. So it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Good job, guys. Well done. Yay! So how did you do, guys? How many points did you get? 10 points, Sheriff. Yay! Good job. So let me see. How many questions did I give you in total? Because I removed a few. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good. 10 out of 16. That's really good. What does it mean to look for a needle in a haystack? When you're looking for something very small in something very big. So let's say you're looking for, okay, on the grass, you're looking for a 4-leaf clover. You know, let me draw one. This is good luck. But they're very rare to find. So if you look on the ground, it's just all green. It all looks the same. So it's like looking for a needle, which is very small, in a haystack. It's almost impossible. It's a very challenging thing to do, to find that. So that's what it means. So the percentage, I'm not a math teacher. I don't know how to calculate the percentage. Let me see. So you got 10 points out of 16. So 16 is 100, yeah? And then 10. So you do 10 times 100, that's 1,000. So divide 1,000 by 16, and that should give you your percentage. Yes, exactly, Hugo. You got 7 points, but I don't think you were here from the start, right? Because you did very good. Fatty, 12. That's also great. Good job. You got 50%. That's good. Well done. Well done, everyone. So congratulations. That was good. Well, very good, very good, very good. Okay, guys. So this is basically the end of our lesson. I need to go get ready to teach something else. But before I go, can you let me know what you'd like to do next week, maybe? Because again, remember, listening was a request. So I want to make sure that we cover something that you want to do. 62.5, good. Very good. All right, guys, so what would you like for next week? Tell me, what should we do next week? I'll give you a second to think. A second to think. Yeah, thank you, Hugo. All right, guys. Nine out of 16, that's also very good. You guys did so well. I'm very proud of you guys. Very good. Good job. Okay. So any particular requests for next week? I mean, I have ideas, of course, but I would prefer to do something that you guys request. I think that would be better and even more beneficial. No? You guys are just all calculating your score right now. That's why. We could do something about music, okay? The only thing about music is it can't be focusing on actual songs and things like that because of copyright issues. So we could do something related to music vocabulary. Okay. So you all have different ideas now. Let me write that down. So I see we have music. We have travels. Grammar challenge. Ooh, I quite like that. A grammar challenge. For travels, Hugo, just so you know, I've actually done something on Instagram, a live fairly recently on travels. So it might not be just for right now, but that is definitely something that we will do again in the future. Okay? All right, guys, wonderful. Before we go, I just want to remind you that we have created Oh Yes. So it's a platform where we provide speaking class in very small groups. And it's all super fun, super interactive. And you should definitely check them out because we have some really good offers at the moment. So just go to www.sayohyes.com. This was another listening exercise. You need to make sure you write it down. www.sayohyes.com. Something suspenseful. What do you mean by that? Do you mean you want me to surprise you guys? Is that what you mean? Were you trying to use the word suspense? Like, I don't think it works that way, Sheriff. But okay, I can surprise you guys. That's fine. And yes, exactly. Thank you for reminding me, Sheriff. Tomorrow at Say Oh Yes, we are going to be doing a grammar game. Is it grammar? No, it's vocab game. Sorry. Vocabulary games. But it is, again, going to be a bit of a tricky one. We're going to focus on main mistakes that people make with English words. So this should be quite a good one as well. All you need to do is head over to Say Oh Yes, and you can set a reminder on the lesson, which will be tomorrow at 12 p.m. Spanish time. So that is GMT +2. Okay, good. Very good, guys. All right, well, yeah, we've been here over an hour now. I gotta go. So take care, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live. And of course, keep on learning. Bye-bye. See you next week at the same time. And don't forget to watch the last phrasal verb episode that I released earlier this week. Bye-bye. Keep on learning. Keep on learning. Keep on learning. Bye, bye, bye. Keep on learning. Yay. Bye.